Nighttime Show podcast. Not the daytime show, but the nighttime show. With Matt Walker, producer. And I'm your announcer, Robbie Carlysle. Now, featuring the amazing, the sexy, the big guy, the main event, Steven Kramer Glickman.
Yeah, all right. Robbie, you're getting better. You're getting better at this, man. Every day, just a little bit better every day.
Less pathetic every time.
Yeah, no, it's good. We listened to an episode recently. Me and Matt listened to an old episode and just watched you you suck. You just suck so
Dana
fucking
Dude one
hard.
Was the best.
God,
it's
you
so
suck
funny.
so fucking hard, Robbie. And then you've gotten better and better. And good for you.
Oh, thank you.
You're just a talent among men. We have a guest coming in today, but before we get to that, let's talk about what's been happening recently in our weeks and our days. Matt, what's been happening with you in your life? What's been going on?
Well, there's something I can't talk about right now, but
You're up for a show.
Yes, up for a show that I can't talk about.
Yeah. Absolutely. Awesome. And you know what? You're really up for it. You've had 4 fucking callbacks for it.
The next step would be going in front of the producers. So we'll see if that
it's not like an acting bullshit thing. It's like a thing that takes real skill and real talent, not just some bullshit actor job, which I really hope that you get.
Yeah,
I'm pushing for you constantly. What about
Is that what you're pushing? Is that what you're pushing?
I'm pushing something out of me constantly. I'm eating your food and then shitting it out, and it feels great. What about you, Robbie Carlysle? You, what's been happening with you in your sexy life?
Oh, man. Tons of stuff. I dressed up as Marilyn Monroe for your birthday.
Yes, you did.
We surprised
yes, you did.
Steven
Wow.
Glickman with that.
How did you guys arrange to surprise me like something like that?
Okay, so Mike Glazer, who's one of the writers on the show,
Right.
contacted Mike Black and myself, and he was like, hey, it's Steven's birthday. We should do something to surprise him while he's on stage at the nighttime show because it's the birthday show. We said, all right, let's think about something. And then a day later, I came with the idea. I was like, what if we had Robbie come up like Marilyn Monroe and sing happy birthday like she did breathlessly to JFK, right? Like the famous happy birthday, Mr. President. Right?
Of course.
So we thought, hey, that's a good idea. And I said, we have the Monica Lewinsky dress. We just put him back in that. And Mike Black was like, hey, why don't we get an actual Marilyn Monroe dress? If we're going to do it, let's make him really look like Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, my God. It was so funny.
So we went online and go to Amazon, and I ruined my search history yet again with Amazon.
God, your search history is just fucking insane.
The
it's gotta
products
be the
that they
worst.
suggest to me, I get so many obese women's dresses suggested to me at this point. Just things for enormous, giant fat women.
You're like, I need to buy a new griddle. They're like, do you also need a 4XL dress?
That's pretty much what it is.
What the fuck? Come
They email
on.
them to you now, too. I get emails from them of, just photos of enormous women in enormous dresses.
For our audience who
Things that, you could take off the woman
Yeah.
and you could sleep in it as a tent.
Oh my
that
God.
big.
For
And
our
that's your
audience
type,
who
right?
doesn't know what we're talking about, on the nighttime show for the last almost 2 years we've been doing this damn show. We do the show live as well as on the podcast. And on the live show, Robbie, who's here with us, Robbie's like our fall guy. Robbie is like our guy who will do anything, put on any funny costume, and he comes out on stage and he just fucking kills it. We've had him dress up as Monica Lewinsky and emerge from under my desk because he's been giving blowjobs for the last 20 years. I mean, we've had you come on stage in a bumblebee costume, but the only one we could get was a lady bumblebee costume. And then you
Steven,
asked,
that's not correct. I could have gotten a men's bumblebee costume, but I chose to get him a lady's bumblebee costume.
Okay, all right. See,
It's
horrible.
funnier that way.
We're horrible
It's
people.
funnier that way.
But Robbie, you always kill. Then we did that was birds and the bees. You did quizzes about birds and the bees,
Yeah.
right? Then we dressed you up in a giant cake costume.
Yep.
We've had him just in his underwear.
We've had you just in your underwear.
We had him shirtless holding a basketball hoop for March Madness.
Yep. We had you shoot milk out of your nipples. I mean, all sorts of crazy things. Digitally. I don't want people to get the wrong idea.
I mean, I could have done it real, but
You could have done it real.
If anybody can lactate at this table, it'll be you, Rob.
It's a possibility.
I believe in you.
Yeah, but you're always down for the comedy, and you're always so fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Are you getting up and doing a lot of stand-up these days? What's happening?
Yeah, no, I'm still working on that. I'm also working on my own thing.
Yeah.
I don't. Can I talk about it?
Yeah,
Is that
of
cool?
course you can talk about whatever you want.
So
As long as you don't mention a barrel roll, you're good to go.
Yeah, Robbie, don't hit the table. That's what I was trying to tell
Oh,
you.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
All
just
right.
don't talk about barrel rolls, and we're okay.
Yeah, but Beryl, by the way, we got to talk about. I'm going to jump in here for a minute.
Sure.
At the last show, I
Jesus
tell Robbie,
Christ.
I'm getting Robbie dressed as Marilyn Monroe, like we're testing
Robbie.
it out, and he's like, "Hey, I want to ask Tom Green about. I have this great idea. I wanted to ask Tom Green. It's really important. He's really going to like it. It's like this thing. It's just gonna be real simple." And I was like, "Hey, Robbie, okay, you want to talk to Tom Green? Just do it after the show."
Right.
That's all you had to do. Just talk to him after the show. It'll be okay. And then Steven tells Robbie, like, hey, go tell Tom Green that he's next. Go tell him. So Robbie goes over to Tom Green. I'm sitting next to Tom Green, and this is what it kind of goes like. He's like, hey, Tom, you're up next. And by the way, I was on 4chan, and we had this thing with a barrel roll, and we wanted you to do a barrel, but you wouldn't do a barrel back then. And for 4chan, I was wondering if maybe I could get you to do a barrel roll. It would be so funny and hilarious, and it would be so quick, and it won't take any time. And you could just do a barrel roll for us. And Tom Green's looking at him with this look of like, just, what are you? Was the look on his face. Not who are you, what are you? Is what he was wondering.
Oh my God!
And I was just
so
like,
great.
I punched Robbie in the arm. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
What?
Leave him alone. He's about to go on stage. Leave him alone. This is not the time.
Oh, Robbie.
Hold on. I want to clarify something. I didn't pitch him the entire idea. I told him that
Just
like,
half the idea.
just like, hey, I would like to do something after your set. Like, I mean, granted, it's not like I just want because sometimes
Okay, Robbie.
comics they leave and they just kind of bolt. and I want
Here's
to
what you got
catch
to
'em.
do. If you want to make something like this happen, what you do is you wait. Tom Green's done on stage, right?
Right.
He goes on stage. He's at the bar. He's seen you on stage, so he knows you're part of the show. You can say, hey, Tom, can I take a quick picture with you? Hey, you know what? Let's make a real quick video on my phone just for 30 seconds on Instagram. And then you just flip your phone around and do your freaking barrel roll and be like, oh, look. Oh, it's a barrel roll. Oh, and then you have your fucking video and you didn't annoy Tom Green. That's how you do it.
Well, I mean, sometimes they just leave.
Well, guys,
They don't always
our
stay.
guest is arriving
Yeah.
right now.
okay.
He's outside. So maybe should I go get him?
You can go. I'll chastise Robbie some more.
All right, you go chastise
Wonderful.
Robbie.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no. Ask Robbie about some of his most recent stand-up bits. And
I will ask him.
and
We'll
why
talk
don't you-
about
Well,
it.
let's
We'll
do that.
discuss.
Robbie, tell him some of your most
Tell us
recent
about some of
bits.
your latest stand-up bits, Robbie.
Oh my God. Okay, so one bit I'm working on is I call it race baiting.
I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Hey, have you done that on stage yet?
A couple of times.
Do you want to tell the joke here on the podcast? Do you want
It's-
to let people hear it?
Okay, I mean, it's a simple joke, but I stretch it out a bit because I like, I'm me. I like stretching out.
I think you
things.
stretch out the subject of the joke too.
Of course. So basically, the bit is if I jerk off to black guys, does that count as race baiting? Yeah. There we go. That's the exact same response I get. Like, there's just that one moment.
Then a moment of silence, and then they laugh at you, thinking that that's going to be good. at all.
No, they laugh because it's fun. There we go.
Robbie, I think just keep working on it, buddy. Keep working on it. That's the best part about stand-up is that you just have to keep
trying.
working at stuff. Hey, so Matt, as always, I brought a bottle of Fireball whiskey to the show because
good time.
Fireball is the best. It's the best.
Makes every show better.
It makes everything better, man. It makes dates better. It makes dancing better. It makes podcasts better. It makes shows better. It makes stand-up better. It makes dealing with your family better. It makes crying better. It's so much better. I love it. I'm going to drink some right now. And you know what? If I hold the bottle up, you can actually hear the Fireball whiskey
You
talking.
can't hear it talk.
Yes, you can. I'll take the lid off. Hang on. Okay, now I'm going to hold it up. You can hear.
Steven!
Oh, that's the Fireball.
Wow.
That's in the bottle.
want to be inside you.
Oh, all right.
Steven!
Hey, Fireball, how are you?
I'm so horny, Steven.
I'm sure you are. All right, now let's.
want to do it with your stomach.
Well,
Oh,
get in, get on in there. I'm gonna drink you down,
right.
baby. Here we go.
Yeah, swallow it. Yeah.
Get in there. Ooh, how's it feel in my stomach?
Feels so good.
Yeah.
My God, so good.
Hey, who's making all that racket?
Oh, God, there's another man in here.
Steven,
you whore.
How much stuff do you have in your stomach?
Who's in my stomach? Who is that?
He looks so handsome.
Oh, that's Gary.
Yeah,
Gary.
don't you remember?
Gary asked if he could.
I slid down an onion ring last week, bro.
Yeah, he needed a place to stay.
Yeah.
I'm Airbnb-ing my
Your stomach,
right now.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Gary, how is it in there with?
It's good, bro. I'm not ready to blow out anytime soon, man.
That's cool, man.
I'm gonna hang out in here for a while.
I hope you don't mind hanging out with Fireball Whiskey.
Oh, it's gonna be great. We're gonna party together.
We're gonna give him ulcers together, aren't we?
Oh my God!
Let's kidney stone.
Scary. Let's do a sloppy seconds. I'll
Let's
be inside
get revenge
you.
for him eating us, even though we want him to.
Yes.
Yes.
Just kind of rolling inside. Oh,
I think you should go see a doctor, Steven.
I probably should. Guys, Fireball Whiskey, it makes everything better. All right, let's get back to the show. I wanted to talk about something really quick that happened. But before I do that, I want to introduce our guest who we have here today. This guy has been in more television shows and more movies than most of the people that we've had on our show. We've
commercials,
had a lot,
movies. He's been
movies.
seen by probably more people than anyone we've ever had on the podcast.
Absolutely. And we've had Oscar winners on the podcast.
Yes.
We've had
His work
Emmy
has been
winners.
seen by billions of people.
Billions of people. He is known in some circles as the most famous extra. World's greatest extra, yes. He's also been in some big Super Bowl ads and lots of great television. Ladies and gentlemen, our buddy Jesse Heiman's here. Yeah!
What's up, everybody? What's going on? How's it going out there?
Yeah, Jesse, you are a curious and lovely creature. I wanted to talk about something real quick before we get into talking about you, because we do have something. I do have something I got to tell you guys. So I just got back from being on the road with my it's a pretty big deal. I was on the road opening for my mom. No, I'm just kidding. My mom and me and my buddy Saba and my sister and a bunch of other people. We all went to a bar mitzvah up in San Jose.
Nice.
And so I got to sit in the car with my mom for 8 hours to 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours on the drive up
Love those road
with
trips.
my buddy Saba.
Wait,
And it was just
it took you 8 to 10 hours to get to San Jose?
well, we stopped a lot. We stop at things, and you know me. I have to
You
stop.
have to stop and go to the bathroom
I have
every
to take
45
a shit
minutes.
every once in a
Yeah.
while. Yeah, and stop and get snacks. We're constantly getting snacks. Places.
Second breakfast.
Oh yeah, second breakfast, third breakfast, first snack,
First
how
brunch,
it is.
second
First
brunch, third
second,
brunch.
Yeah, exactly.
First lunch, second lunch, third lunch.
Wow.
But on the drive itself, a lot. It was like just a comedy gold mine. Just if you can, being with these two people in the
Drop
car.
some comedy nuggets onto us, Mr. Goldman.
Okay, so listen, on the drive, it was like being with having two jukeboxes in the car, because Saba would sing a song and my mom would sing a different song at the same time. Like they would talk over each other about different subjects for like an hour straight. Like it was ridiculous. But there was one particular moment, and I talked about it on stage last night. I did a show last night for the first time in 10 years. I did a show at the Ha Ha last night. Yeah, let me just tell you. Let me tell you a little thing, Matt. When's the last time you performed at this new Ha Ha? Have you been to the new Ha Ha?
I've never been to the new Ha Ha. I've performed at the old Ha Ha, and then when it was called Shaky Town Live, when they had the old and new ones open.
Oh yeah.
So I've only been at the old one. I have not been to the new one. I've heard it's a nice venue.
The new one, the venue is very nice. I walked in, and
But the same Ha Ha issues.
well, the biggest haha issue was the MC last night decided to do. You want to guess how much time he did up front at the top of the show?
27 minutes.
35 minutes.
And then did he do like 5 minutes in between every comic?
Yes.
Yeah. That's,
He did 35 minutes to open the show. And it was a guy that you and I know, and I'm not going to say his name.
Is it someone who's probably done comedy for
40 years.
14 months?
Nope, 40
Okay.
years.
Because that's the other way, is like somebody who's done comedy for like 14 months and they do half an hour to open the show, and they've got 30 seconds of comedy instead of 30 minutes of comedy.
Oh, yeah. No. This guy did a joke where the punchline was, I mean, who am I? Who was the guy who got beat up by the cops back in the 90s?
Rodney King.
Rodney King. He goes, well, I mean, who am I, Rodney King? And then the audience was like, what? And then he was like, and then Sammy Davis Jr. said, and you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, all the references were like, 40 years old, and it was
They're all references to TV shows that I watched, not regular people.
not regular people.
Yeah.
But like, it wasn't in a clever way.
Yeah.
Like, not the way that you do stuff. It was like, yeah, it was rough. So, but then Eddie Pence was on the show.
Very good comic.
He was very funny.
Very funny.
Did a great job. Then I went up and I did 15, and it was
Stephen Glickman, not as good.
not as good.
Okay, comic.
What joke got the
Similar,
most
okay.
laughs?
Well, I did a bunch of jokes about being fat,
Okay.
which all went.
Which I can't relate to at all.
Yeah, you really can't.
I don't get them.
I did a joke where I said the only reason to lose weight is to get pussy, and then the fucked up part is like then you lose the weight and then you get pussy, and then you're like, you know what goes great with pussy? Cookies. Or pizza. Basically, pussy is now the appetizer for me. Like to pizza. Like it's a side dish. It goes with anything.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's like ranch dressing. Like pussy's like ranch dressing. It goes fine with everything. I like breadsticks.
I don't get the whole
that
dipping
weird?
pizza in ranch. Is that weird?
pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you know that ranch dressing,
you
by
ever
the
dip
way?
pussy in ranch? It's even worse.
I just heard that ranch dressing, it was 1992, was the year when it overtook ketchup as the number one condiment in America, and has been the number one condiment. No, it overtook Italian dressing in 92, but it became the number one condiment like about 10 years ago. So it's
Wow.
like more than
thought
anything else.
Ketchup was already.
It's
was
amazing
still
that you
way
can,
ahead.
Matt, that you can know so many things and still not get pussy. Like,
Yeah.
that's amazing. It's like, how does it work?
By the
It's
way,
magic.
Ranch dressing was invented by a plumber,
My God, that makes
and it was
worse.
actually at a place near Santa Barbara called the Hidden Valley Ranch. That was his ranch.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Are you
I just thought
serious?
that was a gay place.
Are you the condiment connoisseur?
I'm
He really is.
the weird thing, I don't really like condiments on a lot of stuff. I don't like all that stuff.
Well, okay. So long story
never mind,
short,
sorry.
I got to do a new bit on stage last night. By the way, Sandy Danto followed me last night.
Okay.
Sandy Danto, who I've known for 10 years.
Yeah.
The last time I saw him do stand up 10 years ago, this motherfucker killed. Like,
Great.
he killed so hard. He had his wife with him. He's married now, and he has like
He killed so hard, a wife just popped up?
a wife
He
popped
just
up.
appeared?
It's amazing what 10 years of
We give you
of
this
work
applause,
can
these
do.
laughs, and this wife.
I know, but it was
He
like,
killed so hard. Jack the Ripper woke up and stood up and applauded.
there you go, Jesse. No, exactly. He was very funny, and I was not in a mean way, but like I was very surprised because I remember him being like the guy from the Comedy Store that worked at the Comedy Store, like, and then you see him. But it's
That's
been
the cool
10
thing
years.
about this business. Like, you see
Yeah.
people, and then you don't see them for a long time. It's not that they don't stop doing it. It's just like you run in different circles.
Right.
And you run into people after like 10 years like that, and you get to see the difference between them.
in the
Like
growth.
you don't see the growth process. You see them at the end of the process, and it's like so cool to see what they become.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
exactly.
Except for maybe Annie Monakas.
Yeah, he's gotten worse.
Same.
He was great in the beginning and got so much worse.
So
Was he
much
really-
comparisons to him. I like.
Was he really great in the beginning,
Oh,
Steven?
sure. He was great-ish. He was great, though, wasn't he? Kind of, Jesse. Yeah.
I
he
don't. You know, I
Did
don't
you ever
like
watch
anything.
that show?
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Not for
I
me.
used to love
It was not for
watching
me. I know that's the show you kind of love
It's
that kind
my
of
kind
show.
of show I
Yeah.
like. Anyways, there was
Okay.
there was a bit that came out last night that I tried for the first time on stage, and it did it well, which means it'll go horrible.
Is this the one about Saba and your mom in the car that we kind of digressed from?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it came from it happened. It's a legit conversation that happened with my mom when I was on the road. So I'm going to tell the story, and then we're going to get into talking with Jesse about
All right.
everything. So here's what happened, guys. I'm with my mom, and we're hanging out in this hotel room with family and stuff, and I'm sitting there with her, and she goes, oh, she looked at her phone. She goes, this is so difficult. I'm going through such a hard time. I go, Mom, what's the matter? What's up? She goes, it's just, I got those chickens, for my home. I got those chickens.
Mm-hmm.
I go, uh-huh. She goes, well, one of the chickens isn't doing well. I go, oh, that's so sad. She goes, yeah, well, one of the chickens was born with Down syndrome.
Wait,
And I was like,
how do you know?
what the fuck? What are you talking about? She goes, it's a special needs chicken. It has special needs. And I was like, get the fuck out. She was like, Steven, it has Down syndrome. It's Down syndrome chicken. I go, do you
How
have a
do you
picture?
know?
I go, do you have a picture of the chicken? She showed me a picture. She showed me a picture of the chicken. This motherfucker got Down syndrome. This motherfucking chicken got Down syndrome for real. Like, I don't know if you know what a chicken looks like.
Yeah.
It's both of its eyes are not supposed to be in the front of its head. head pointing forward. Like that's a bad. That's not. It's supposed to be on the side.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be both pointed at you, right? It had this chicken had a nose, and a beak. Like that's not what like the beak was almost pointed down, and it had kind of like a like a Jewishy kind of nose to it. It looked related to us. It was fucking weird. It was really weird. And so I was like, Mom, you gotta kill this chicken. You have to you have to put it down, because the chicken can't eat. Its mouth is in the wrong place for eating, so it will die. It'll die of starvation, and then the other chickens will push it out of the way, and it'll die. So you got to do something. And she goes, Stephen, how dare you? Well, what if you had a child and it was born with Down syndrome? What would you do? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? A child is a human child is nothing like.
So you're saying
chicken.
you wouldn't batter it and fry it up and eat it
No,
the way you would this
she
fucking
was
chicken?
insinuating that I would kill if I had a child, that I would kill it if it had Down syndrome. And I was like, Mom, that's the most fucking horrendous thing I've ever heard.
No,
in my
you
life.
should totally do that.
I go, no, listen. A large percentage of people with Down syndrome go on to live incredible lives.
Yes.
Are leaders of industry and are courageous and bring a lot to this world.
Yes.
Okay, 0% of chickens born with Down syndrome do anything but end up being delicious. The only thing this small chicken special needs is some barbecue sauce.
Do you think Down syndrome chickens taste different than regular chickens?
Probably. They're special. They have like a special taste to them. But I did this on stage, and I said something like, hey, I said something along the lines of people with Down syndrome get PhDs. This chicken gonna get KFCs, right? Something like
That's
this.
right.
And
That's
it
funny.
fucking every part of it got great laughs, and I was able to get off stage to that.
That's funny.
So I was like, well, great. So new bit about Down syndrome.
You heard it here first, people.
You heard it here first. It's a chicken with Down syndrome bit. that
You're
I'm
gonna
working
get
on.
flamed by PETA and people.
I think people are
He's
gonna
gonna get flame broiled by PETA.
I'm okay with doing it because it's positive about people with Down syndrome, but it is negative about animals with Down syndrome.
Yeah.
So I think
We should eat the animals with Down syndrome, but not eat the people with Down syndrome. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. 100%.
If I can segue real quick from
Please.
one disease to another disease.
Please.
Or, I don't know if it's a disease or just a condition, but have you guys seen the special on Netflix about the autistic comedians?
No.
It's amazing.
Is that all of them?
Yeah.
No.
No, is that a real thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's it called? Do you know what it's called?
I don't. I just heard of it, and I was like, I watched it, and it's amazing. It's the most that they're smart and they're witty, and it's a good. I was thinking it'd be great to do like not a biopic, but do like a story of like how they came to become famous. And you could name it Smart and Smarter instead of Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
look at
there we go. Jesse, you brought up the last
Quick
time
to the
we
Writers
had,
Guild, Jesse, before somebody listening to the
I know.
podcast steals
I'm
your
gonna
idea.
probably steal it. That's
Go register it.
I had lunch with Jesse recently and Josh Sussman,
Yes.
and Jesse shared with us a book that he thinks he would
Those
like
are
to,
three
he would like
handsome
to write.
fellows.
Would you tell us? Oh, you wouldn't believe the sexiness that was coming off.
At that
We
table.
all got laid that day.
By
Jesse,
each other.
Yes, we all fucked each other.
I may have forgotten the book already. I'm sorry.
It's my favorite, and I've repeated it to about 25
Oh, okay.
people.
Oh, yeah.
The name of the book was 50 Shades of Hands.
Oh, yeah. 50 Shades of Hands.
There was a book called 50 Shades of Hands.
I actually proposed it to I sent it to my agent. I said, "What do you think about this idea of doing 50 Shades of Hands?" It's like, it sounds great, but it sounds like something that might have already been done. And she actually looked it up, and she found like someone had already done something similar.
So I was like, is it like an S&M book about? And he was like, no, it's just pictures of hands. I was like, I fucking love Jesse.
It's not an
Heiman.
S&M masturbation book. It's just pictures of hands.
Just photos of hands.
Yeah.
Different color.
In different
hands.
shading.
Yep.
Well,
I fucking love
what
it.
got me in
Coffee table book.
the feeling of it is like the last couple of auditions I've gone to, they've asked me to show them my hands as part of the audition. As
Are
part
you
of the,
serious?
Yeah. And I
What
was like,
freaky shit are
a
you
hand
auditioning
model
for?
now? Is that
one was USPS and one was Hotels.com.
what? And they're like, can I see your hands, please?
Right. It's like, well, man, that sucks because my hands kind of peel if I'm like using hot water or something. So it's like, I hope they're not judging me just based on my hands.
Oh my god.
And where my hands have been.
Oh, oh my god.
Where have they been, Jesse?
They've been some places.
Yeah.
They could be looking for hand jobs, you know.
They could be, yeah, it would be a hand job. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So. I think it's maybe like if you're doing something like you're handling the product or you're like something where they're going to show you actually. I think in the Hotels.com, I'm supposed to be massaging a strange guy.
Jesse, can you get right up on the mic?
Okay.
There you go.
So for Hotels.com, you're supposed to like be
Massaging
you just
it.
randomly walk up to a random dude and start giving him a massage at like the pool.
Sure.
I mean, that sounds like a hand
That's
job.
funny.
Robbie's done
Well,
that.
it's kind of.
I think Robbie just does that.
I do.
Robbie,
I
like,
do
there's
a
a
little
pool
bit of
outside.
choppy,
Robbie
choppy,
sees some
choppy.
guys. Like, I'm going to go give the guy a massage.
But I think that's what it is. I think when they're doing something where they're actually going to see your hands, they want to see if you have good hands.
If you have
I guess.
hands.
Now, Robbie,
Hands, but
Robbie, I don't know. Have you ever met Jesse before? Have you guys
Yeah,
met
we've
each other?
met.
I think we have.
Yeah.
I think auditions and maybe worked together before.
We were on Neighbors together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, the we met before on Neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
Your part didn't get cut. You can still see the back of my head, but the main thing that I did got cut.
Oh, with the
Well, I was on set when Robbie was bent over with a firework shoved in his actual asshole, and that got cut.
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
movie.
Well, that.
It's
Well,
too
that was
bad.
just Robbie doing that for pleasure.
No,
it wasn't
was
even part of the movie.
I
It was just
know.
him.
That was some real stuff.
It was nice because, like, for a minute, I got to be the envy of, like, every 14-year-old girl out there. Just be like, I wish Zac Efron put something in my ass.
There you
Well,
go.
for me, they had me not showering, but like showering myself and drinking supposed breast milk.
That sounds.
That sounds about right.
But it wasn't real breast milk, you know.
Yeah.
And then they had me kind of playing with the breast pump with myself. You know?
Well, here's what I
How did I miss
like,
watching
though.
this
Well,
movie?
and then there's the
It's,
scene that they kept where they show the breast pumps all messed up, and that you don't. If they showed my scene, you would see how that happened.
Yeah.
It would be a better. I don't know.
Well,
But it was
what,
great. It was
what
great
I what I find fascinating is that you Neighbors was what 2 years ago,
Yeah.
2015,
Something
16, 2016, 2015.
Oh,
15, I think it was.
15. All right, so Neighbors 2015, and you were playing a character that was like trying to get into the fraternity, right? Or
No.
you were playing a college student.
No, I was just playing a guy. Well, maybe, but I was playing a guy.
Because Neighbors
doing,
was about the.
I was just being the babysitter for the.
Oh, okay, all right, but you were playing that age of like a college type person.
Right. because-
2003, you're playing a guy trying to get into a fraternity
in old school.
in old school.
Right.
So that's
he doesn't age.
like you don't age. Like
Yeah.
and then I mean we can
'Cause
jump
if you were to ask me-
we can jump way further back.
Yeah, it's like if you asked me how old Jesse is right now, I'd be like, I don't know, 30. Like that's just my guess. But
I would
27 maybe. Like I'd buy that.
I'd
It's-
buy-
I have
I'd
no
buy
idea.
20 I'd buy
He could-
25.
He could tell me that he's like 22, or he could tell me that
Right.
he's 52, and I would believe him either way because I have no idea how old he is. Like you can't tell.
I would never believe he's 52. You have a very young thing about you. Is that something that you've always had? It's been a part of your life.
as far as I know, I mean, I think when I look young, I actually look young, but I don't know. But I mean, it's always helped my career.
Yeah, I'm sure it
obviously,
has, of course.
it still continues to help my career. The only part is it's like there's a lot of it's great.
Do you get shit? Like, do you get shit for it, or have you run into problems because of it?
Yesterday at the bar, I got carded twice. You know, I mean, that at the
Fantastic.
door and at the bar. I mean, that's
Nice.
you know.
Awesome.
You know, it happens. I got carded once for an R-rated movie that I was in.
Oh my God, are you serious? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Steven has been carded since he was 12.
Yeah. I haven't been carded since I grew a giant beard, and then everybody just was like, "Yeah, this guy is old."
Yeah.
So,
At what age did guys stop offering you candy to get in their van?
They still
And
do.
it hasn't happened yet. But
Really?
Maybe that's why I haven't gotten up to CAA yet. You know?
yeah, that's a possibility.
What if that's how CAA recruits people?
Yeah, they just have a van. Like
I have a cousin that actually
jobs.
works there in the reality division, so
Wow.
I should have the insight.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Now, Jesse, for people who might not know him by name. I think they would know him if you remember the famous Super Bowl commercial for GoDaddy, where
2013.
In 2013, Jesse Heiman makes out with Bar Refaeli. Was that
Yes,
it?
that's
yeah,
correct.
Supermodel Bar
Oh,
Refaeli, and Jesse
my
Heiman makes out with her.
Right.
I think that was when
That was
your big. I mean, you'd worked for many years before that.
I mean, you've been
but that's when you became known.
You've been in
right?
a lot of movies and worked with a lot of people,
Yes.
but that was like kind of like a thing.
It was the thing that launched me from just being like a casual, like I kind of know who that person is, to being like, that's that guy, and then now, now it's kind of like this. Oh, you're the guy. That's the only thing I'm from. Like I've done other things, but mostly that's all I'm from. In people's minds, that's what, and I kind of wonder if like somehow I affected like how people voted in the election because of that commercial.
Sure.
Because like maybe people were so grossed out, like this is what's on TV. Like I gotta vote for the other guy. Like this, I can't.
Wow.
Like I feel
ruined
bad
America.
that way, but well, hopefully not. But sometimes, but yeah, there was a loud kind of outcry, but just people were kind of disgusted by the ad, by the kissing sounds, which for the I thought for the most part it was all plugged in.
It was
like,
funny.
It was like the music, the not the music, but they did a sound effect that made our kissing sound grosser than it was.
Sure.
I wonder
So-
what that Foley artist did to make those sounds. Like, what did he actually do?
I don't know. I love it though.
I don't know, but it was
Yeah.
I'm into it.
it was a lot of fun. Obviously, it was one day of shoots of 65 takes of
Did you
65
know?
takes?
yes,
65?
yes.
Do you worry that you'll be typecast as a guy that makes out with supermodels? I mean, wouldn't that be
That's
terrible?
not the hardest thing to be.
Wouldn't that be awful? I
typecast
mean,
for. I think it's better than like Biff Tannen to be typecast as Biff Tannen. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you? Yeah, probably.
now for Robbie, that actually would be awful if he got
Oh,
if he
yeah.
had to make out with supermodels all the time.
Yeah.
I
hate
mean,
that.
I
Really?
just pretend it was a guy with a really weird mouth.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Like, I'm just an actor, Matt. Acting.
you can act straight if you had to. If people paid you, you would do it.
For $1 million.
For like if they paid me in dicks, I would.
That's
Wow.
the best thing I've heard you say in 6 months. God bless you.
Well, you know what they say: do what you love, and the money will come.
Holy shit.
That's great.
Jesse, when did you know that it was going to be Bar Refaeli? Did you know? ahead of time?
It was right off the bat that was her, but I think I was actually a finalist, and I think Josh was the other finalist, and they
Josh
is there.
chose
Yeah.
between him and me, which
Wow.
has come down, been the case for like multiple commercials. Like
Isn't that
he
fascinating?
had a Super Bowl commercial for Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi.
I remember that one. Yeah.
A couple years before that, and I think I was up for that one, and we've gone out for countless things, but that's how we became friends. We just kept seeing
Yeah.
each other at auditions.
I see you
and
both on
hanging
TV
out.
like all the time. And
Did
stuff.
that create weird tension between the two of you guys for a while, or I mean, it's only natural
I
for
think
something like that to be weird.
For me, when I was still kind of immature in the business, I didn't understand like it's okay to be friends with your competition. Then
So you never got
Then-
drunk
then-
and walked up to Josh Sussman and said like, "Hey, remember that commercial that you went out for?"
Oh,
As,
that was one time I did that. I did that one time, Jesse. Me and Dan Fogler. You know
Yeah.
Dan Fogler? You know who that is? From
Yes.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them?
right.
He's a real movie star.
Yes.
And him and I were up for the same job at one point, and then I got really drunk at a party and came up to him and was like, "Hey, remember that thing we both went out for?" And he went, "Yeah," and I went, "I got it. So congrats to you on everything you've been doing, I guess. Enjoy life, fucker." And he was like, okay, man. And I was like, whoa, why you gotta be weird? Why you gotta be acting all weird, buddy? And I just made it so much worse.
Right.
And
And
then
then I apologized him to. I
Yeah.
actually had to apologize to him a year
I
later.
seem to like create awkward situations when I don't even mean to. I'm just being myself, you know, and like but you know, sometimes it just comes off as not the way I wanted to, or I come off as weird to some people sometimes, even though that's just I don't mean to be weird. I'm just me.
Yeah, no,
You know?
you're a fun.
That's the best kind of weird though. Like when it's
Well,
inherent natural weirdness.
I had a girlfriend last year for 3 months, and she broke up with me because I was sharing too much information about us on Facebook and stuff, and to her friends, and
Oh.
and I guess I did. I was my first serious relationship.
What were you
I-
sharing?
just like that we were doing stuff, and like she
Like,
hadn't
what
she
kind of
hadn't
stuff?
she hadn't told her friends yet, so I was kind of like spilling the beans on like our relationship going beyond friendship. So
Okay.
Did you know that I have a rule with my girlfriend that it's her rule,
yeah,
but
Rachel has a rule.
Rachel
with
has a
the
rule,
relationship.
and the rule was when we announced that we were in a relationship on Facebook, it was that we can never fight about Facebook because
Right.
if we ever do, she'll change the status back.
that's
And like she was like, or I'll just change it to "it's complicated" or something fucking horrible.
it's an
And I
Avril
was like-
Lavigne song.
Yeah, and I was like, what? And so then, like, every once in a while, I'd go on her Facebook page or she'd post something, and an ex-boyfriend or some fucking douchebag would write something and be like, "Yeah, nice tits, bitch," or something horrible.
Okay.
And I'd be like, "Who the fuck is Johnny?" You know, and she'd be like, "What did I say? What did I tell you?"
It's
and I'd
getting
go,
complicated.
okay, forget it. Fuck Johnny. You know. But
No.
yeah, that's so hard. That's the only part
Yeah.
of relationship stuff. That,
Well,
I
and
mean, it's
also,
one of
like-
That's the only part of relationship.
Like
that's
we'd
hard.
go
It's
to we'd
not
go
good,
you know
yeah.
this is
The only
this is
part
probably girlfriend 101 information, but like if you're out with a girl, don't look at other girls.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's good advice.
That'll get you in trouble. Like
Yeah.
even you just like look at the waitress and for a second longer after you give her order is like oh like don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
I think
about
it's good
stuff like
advice.
that. Yeah, that is good
I have to say,
advice.
yeah.
See,
Yeah.
that's
also
a problem.
for boyfriends, I guess. I don't know.
That's something a problem that I would never have, because if I went out with a guy I liked, like in a public place, he would say, "Go stand in the corner, please."
And then he
Like
would-
if I
you
need
just
you,
do
I
it.
will summon you.
Yeah,
And
he'll
I'll just-
send you to the bathroom, and then he
I'll beat you
orders
in
the
defense,
food,
all
and
three.
then
Do
he
you feel like your
brings-
boyfriend treats you like a moving bush sometimes?
Listen, I don't get to be picky. I don't
That's,
get to
that's
be
what people used to call me when I was beginning as a background. My friends from high school and stuff, like, or like on the internet, they would troll me and say, "Dude, you're just getting paid to be like a moving bush."
A moving
It's like,
bush.
great.
Yeah,
thanks.
but you were okay. So
Getting paid
when
pretty
did
well.
when did
Being
you
moving bush.
start doing extra work?
When I first moved out, I first moved out here in September, October of 2000, and then I started around November, and worked for about 4 months before I came union, and I've been working ever since. So I just started. My very first show was a movie called Rat Race.
Of course.
Remember
Oh
that?
yeah. I remember the movie.
It was like
Well,
a
you
Mad
You
World.
can't see me.
No, no.
I'm in at the end scene where they're like everyone's crowd surfing. I think I was one
with
of the
Smash Mouth.
I was one of
playing.
the people that hold up like John Lovitz while he was crowd surfing.
Oh.
Like,
I
but
love
if
it.
you can see
Yeah.
me under his ass, he's there somewhere. I'm there somewhere. But yeah, and that was like my first day of working. That was my first all night shoot. First, just experiencing all the elements of being an extra.
And where'd
It's
you
a-
grow up?
What?
Where
Yeah.
were you from?
I'm originally from Boston,
Okay.
but I came here via Austin, Texas.
You don't have the accent at all.
I don't have either accent. I'm just a good old American, bro.
Yeah, dude. You and me met through some parties. No. You were in the pilot, the
Yeah.
original Big Time Rush pilot.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, there was when I was holding the auditions when Gustavo
He was the first
holds-
Kendall.
No. When I was holding the auditions on the stage, he was one of the characters that was auditioning, and he did like a rap or something.
Yeah, well, I was told it was something completely different. Like it was I thought I was auditioning. I was just auditioning to be on a show, like an actual show. I didn't
Right.
realize it was like a show within a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
And then they reshot the pilot
Yeah.
when they recast the lead
Kendall.
kid. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
and then we didn't see it, and I was like,
it's
"Son of
happened
a
sometimes
bitch."
for me. I feel like Paramount is like it has good luck and bad luck with me. Like I feel like I've done some good fun shows on that, but I've always had like some kind of issue where I ended up getting off a show I was on Everybody Hates Chris for the like almost not the duration, but a lot of it,
Wow.
doing extra work. And then the last day, I knew it was the last day. I just got pissed off at the wardrobe guy. He says because he kept telling us, I can see your cell phone in your pocket. I can see it. It's like bulging your pocket, man. Take it out. I was like, I just told.
It's just my giant
your
cock.
actual bulge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I have a giant penis
But
that looks
it's
like a cell phone.
It's
shaped like a cell phone.
But you know, it was like everybody hates Chris, so nobody had cell phones back in the 80s or something. So he says but I for some reason I just got tired of the whole.
You've been doing it for a long
Did you
time.
set the wardrobe?
I kind of knew I would be okay even if I got fired. I would like started casting, and everybody was still working me, and still everyone was working me a lot. So like I kind of felt like it was the one time that I could kind of go off and feel like whatever.
So the wardrobe guy on Everybody Loves Chris is not the gatekeeper in Hollywood, is what we're learning? He does not have the power to say you'll never work in this town again.
Well, I mean, I ended up working on Glee at that lot a lot, often. And that was great until I became famous. After I was on the Tonight Show for my World's Greatest Extra video going viral on YouTube.
How many views
you didn't make that video.
I did not make that video.
Someone in
Sweden, a fan of mine in Sweden. Again, I didn't even know.
How many views does it have?
It's up over 4 million.
Okay, now hang on a second. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna walk through some of the things that you've been in. Okay. American Pie 2, Van Wilder, The Rules of Attraction, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, which I saw you in. I remember very clearly.
You saw all of me in that one.
Oh, yes, I did. What did you do? What did you do in that?
I just lucked out to be an extra at every single party scene that they had.
Oh yeah, you were like in your underwear. And
I got like in close with Roger Avery and the main cast, and that was the first time I was on a set, and so people told me that they already knew who I was because people were talking about me. Like,
because you'd been in
other actors are talking about me as an extra who's on their sets. Like, I think that's the first time I became like I my cult following kind of started.
Yeah,
then.
I get it. And then Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You were in the movie Spider-Man as a spectator at the school fight.
Well, I'm in a lot of the high school scenes. I'm there when they're graduating. And
how old were you when you were filming those high school scenes at that point?
21, maybe 22.
Yeah, that's 2002.
And you can still play that same age, which is crazy.
Yeah,
it's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I'm Taylor Swift's 22 song over and over again.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. You really are. You were in. And this was a huge one. Was Catch Me If You Can?
Yes,
you were in that, which
it was a big one for me, obviously, because I idolized Steven Spielberg and all my life, and I always wanted to work on a film and with him, and in less than 4 months or 5 months of living and working in LA, I got to work on that show. And,
unbelievable.
And Leota came up to me and shook my hand and introduced himself to me like I didn't know who he was, and he was extremely friendly. And
did you know then that you would be getting a sloppy seconds in a commercial at some point? Like, did you have a
premonition? I don't think either of us knew that. I'm not even sure if he was. I don't know if he was dating Bar then.
Yeah.
During that movie,
he may have gotten your sloppy seconds. That's a possibility.
He dated the girl that you made out with.
Yeah.
Bar Refaeli, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's
not at the time that I made out with her, but beforehand. Yeah.
So like you kind of like kissed Leonardo DiCaprio.
I know. People say that all the time.
I am jealous.
I love that that's what Robbie's focused on.
Wow. God bless you, Robbie. Then you did a movie called The Battle of Shaker Heights, which I saw, which was Shia LaBeouf.
That was
who I adore.
That was cool for me because I'm a huge fan of Project Greenlight, so I got to be on Project Greenlight and Battle of Shaker Heights at the same time.
Oh my god!
And I actually got to talk to Jeff Bayless for a split second, but he remembers me, and I called him a couple times just to ask advice, and he's like, super nice about it.
Project Greenlight. That was the first movie that Project Greenlight did.
Oh, okay, the first one.
Yeah,
no, it's the second.
Second.
What? Really?
Second. It was the first one they shot in L.A. The first one was Stolen Summer. It was shot in Chicago.
Oh yeah, Stolen Summer
with Pete Jones.
Yeah, no. Battle of Shaker Heights was a bigger deal for them though. And then we jump into old school.
Yeah.
Now I just rewatched that movie and it holds up completely.
It
does.
Is
a hilarious.
I still can't
movie.
believe they never made a sequel to that. I don't know what it would be, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was so fun to work on that show with them for 6 weeks, working with Vince Vaughn and Luke Wilson and Will Ferrell and Jeremy Piven.
Of the team.
Yeah,
like
I was
part of the guys.
I was part of the main core of Pledges. I worked almost every week, every day. There was reshoots that I it was my first time having to come back from like summer vacation to do reshoots. Like, you know, like that was cool. And it was great. It was a changing my world kind of experience, kind of the same way that the GoDaddy did, but on a lower scale, because it changed me from not just being just another extra, but being someone people start relying on, and they see that I can be trusted and I can have fun.
Yeah,
like really got to learn my personality, but I learned later on that I should have. There was a group of extras who have because we got credits. We have a credit at the end of and we have a name, and I guess I should have. There was a group that was like trying to go for like residual money from that. Like I never went after that because I didn't want to burn any bridges. I said it's okay, you know. Yeah. Hopefully they'll repay me through more work. Maybe Todd Phillips will hire me for another like Hangover 4 or something. You know, I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, you know, or something like that. You know, or you know, I actually auditioned for. War Dogs, whatever it's called, the Jonah Hill film.
Oh yeah.
That Todd Phillips directed. I actually auditioned for that. I felt like I was super close to booking one of the parts in that. They said you're great. You're just still a little green.
Yeah,
and that's what I've heard a lot is like you're so close, man, but you're still green, or you're still nervous, or you're still you know that's
well,
like,
you've got a funny. You're
yeah.
I hired you. I've worked with you
Right.
twice now, and both times you were fucking hilarious. First time was for a Beggin' Strips.
I still can't get the smell of that house.
Oh God,
I'm
was
sorry.
the worst experience.
Is that the one where the dog?
Yes.
Yeah,
all
we
over
had.
the floor?
We did this video. It's online. It's called.
Something about
I'll post it. In
dog
tag.
party,
Someone's
something
party.
like that?
Dog party or
Johnny's party.
Johnny's party
I
or
don't-
something
yeah.
like this. It was so fucking crazy. It was you, Aaron Sanders, Leon Thomas, Jonathan Lipnicki, and who was the and Kenton Duty.
Okay.
So it was like a bunch of you guys, right?
Right.
And it was about you guys were all at this party. And so Robbie, like they're all hanging out at this party, and then one of them is like, "I hope that Johnny comes here. Johnny always makes the life of the party.
Right.
Johnny's my best friend.
Right.
I love Johnny. When's Johnny getting here?" And then the doorbell rings, and they're like, "Oh, I hope it's Johnny." And they
Right.
and we kept having Jesse eat like these awful weird mints, and then put in all this sound effect of like. Like him eating these mints.
Yeah.
It was so fucking weird.
It was
weird. And so then they're like, the doorbell rings. They're like, "I hope it's Johnny," and they open the door, and it's a tiny little dog
in a tuxedo.
In a tuxedo, and they're like, "Johnny's here. Hey, Johnny, did you bring it?" And then Johnny's like, "Barf!" And then raises his paw, and then like sparkles and stuff appear, and a little Beggin' Strips thing appears, and everyone's like,
something that like pressed and like the cheek like went up.
It like pops and explodes and then when it explodes, now there are 14 dogs,
right?
And then everyone's like, "That's a lot of dogs. This is too many dogs." And then Lipnicki goes, "I think one of those dogs just stole my wallet," and that was the end of the video. I don't know why Purina let me make this
Except
video.
when you shot it, the reason
Yes.
there was a smell in the house.
Here's
was,
what happened: is we got a big beautiful house in Bel Air to shoot in. I don't know why they let us do this. I think we paid them like $800.
a house that will never rent itself out again.
Oh God! Oh my God!
I bet the smell is still there.
So then I said to the lady to walk the dogs. I go, "Take the dogs, all these 12 dogs, take them out and take them for a walk." And she goes, "Absolutely, no problem." She takes the dogs out. She goes to walk down the street. Someone goes, "Hey, you can't walk dogs on this street.
What?
This is a no dog zone."
What?
And the lady goes, "Oh, okay." And he just comes fucking right back with these 12 dogs that have not taken a shit or peed anywhere,
God.
and walks them into this Bel Air home, and they go, and
they all do it
action,
at the same
and
time.
they all shit in the kitchen at the same time. 12 fucking dogs shit and peed all over this fucking
Didn't
kitchen.
they shit on Leon Thomas's shoes?
They
I remember you told
shit
me?
on Leon's shoes. They shit on the fucking cameraman, on all the equipment. They were peeing and shit. There was floods of piss and shit from these fucking dogs. And I was like, "Cast, get out, save yourselves!" And they all fucking ran outside. And the
4.
fucking dog, like, I mean, it was.
It turned into a disaster movie.
It was so disgusting. It was the most disgusting.
Because I got a
thing
call
that's
from you
ever
like
happened.
while that was going on, and you're like, "I'm gonna kill somebody," because then you had to wrangle a crew and you had to clean it all up.
We had to throw the rug out. We brought a rug in and it was ruined. Everything was ruined. And like we finally got it shot later. But oh god, it was fucking.
Were the owners of the
horrible.
house there when all that was going on?
Yeah, they were so mad and they made me pay $175 to clean the entire house.
That's not bad.
That's actually cheap.
I feel like it was
I think you got off
much
easy.
worse than
you got
that.
off like
Yeah, it could have been much worse. Yeah, it was fucking rough, dude.
Yeah.
It
But
was
did they
really
not
rough.
have like a backyard that the dogs could just like
No.
go? They didn't have.
There was something.
There was
like
a backyard, but they
pool back
wouldn't
there or
let them
something.
back there. It was stupid.
They're like, no, we can't have dogs shitting in our backyard. We'll just have them shit in our kitchen instead.
Yeah, exactly. But then I got really lucky because and I noticed with Jesse too when we shot that is your delivery's really funny.
Yeah.
You can make things funnier by
Yeah.
like just very easily. You've got
He's a funny
good,
guy.
Yeah, you've got really great comedy
Thank you.
timing.
Funny demeanor.
Thank you.
We actually have a bit that we'd like to do with you.
Sure.
Not today, but on the live show at the Improv. If you're ever interested,
Yeah.
Here's what I'd like to do. I'll say what it is. I would like to. There's a comedian named Yasser Lester who wrote the show Girls. He wrote on the show Girls
Sure,
on
sure.
HBO.
Yeah.
And I want to put him on the show, and then I want to shoot a scene from either shoot it or do it live.
I think live is better.
One of the two could be. They're both pretty funny.
Yeah.
It could be good either way. But with you,
A scene that he
Josh
wrote
Sussman,
for girls.
yeah, a scene that he wrote for girls with not changing any of the dialogue, and have you, Josh Sussman, Robbie, and maybe like Jonathan Lipnicki or something like that, and have you four do
Be
the
the
scene,
girls.
be the girls, and but we'll do it as boys. Like we'll say
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, we took your scripts, the scripts from girls, and we're selling them, and we're gonna make a show called Boys on the Logo channel. And here to do that, here's our guys, and they're gonna do the scene. Would you be down? Maybe
I would
to
be
come-
down as long as I can only become mentally vulnerable, not actually be naked on stage.
No. It would
no.
just be
Oh,
a
okay.
scene.
Oh,
It would
okay,
just
okay,
be, like
okay.
just acting.
Don't worry.
Just, you guys would all have microphones.
I've seen girls, so I don't like
We have
all the
Rob-
like naked
No.
bathtub
The
stuff.
only
I mean,
naked person on
will
our
be
show
Robbie.
is Robbie.
That's all we
Okay.
need.
Robbie's
Robbie
the
gets
only
naked for us.
person.
That's all.
That's why I thought shooting it, actually shooting it, would be really funny.
we could do that.
because Robbie could
When-
play
when might
like
this
a much
be?
sexier Lena Dunham.
Yeah.
Do you
A
have
more attractive Lena Dunham.
A more
Robbie.
Wow,
attractive
that,
Lena
that
Dunham.
is. That is. I don't know if that's
I
a
don't know.
compliment. I don't know.
Maybe for the May show. We have a May show. I mean, we have an.
I
April
need to
show.
like. I think you need to coach me on it because I want to become like a comic, but like I don't know how to get. I mean, I have like just stories. I don't really have like jokes. Like
Well, you.
Did your parents love you growing up?
yeah,
Oh,
You're
Oh,
kind
then
of
you're
out of luck.
screwed.
Nope, too
Yeah.
bad.
you need like comics have to be like damaged in
Well,
some way. I think
I'm
all
kind of-
I think you're a little
Have to be
damaged.
that.
I got a little
Jesse.
damage.
You're a little damaged. Well, then I got to work with Jesse at Loot Crate on the Loot Crate build theme video
Loot
with
Crate's-
you
yeah.
and Ed Bagley Jr.
Right.
and Richard Ryle and
Right.
Brett Weinbach and Ron Lynch, and you were fucking hilarious. in that too.
I watched that
That's the
over
giant
and over
robot
again.
one. It's
Giant
pretty good.
robot.
It came out good. The
Yeah.
effect was really good.
Yeah, that's all Julian Higgins, our director, killed it on that because he edited it too.
It was a great. It was a cold day. It was raining, but it was super fun.
Yeah.
it was raining too.
It was
I
super
forgot.
fun.
That was so much fun. That was ridiculous.
America's
We
Histories
should do
Mysteries.
something like that again, but we should go up to like Elysian Park and shoot something like in the park somewhere. Like
That would be nice. too.
like I was just up at Elysian Park. Do you know there's a pond there, but it's like all drained out.
what?
And like it's like super conspiracy theories. Like they've got a pond up there that's protected by barbed wire fence and stuff. It's like why are you protecting a pond with barbed wire fence? I'm sure there's got to be some intelligence division that's like living under the pond and doing some kind of research on LA or something. Like I mean it seems like too obvious of a cover up.
I couldn't agree.
So like we should
I couldn't agree.
exploit that in like a Loot Crate, like the latest news on government conspiracies.
I love it.
What's
I love it.
inside the Los Angeles pond?
I
I
know.
could do with something fun, you know.
Jesse, you got to work with Jay Leno.
Yes.
What was he?
3
What was he
times.
like? Yeah, please.
Very pleasant, very friendly. Of course, he's so nice. He had me on once for the World's Greatest Extra video. I got to do 7 minutes. I got to sit next to Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx was the first guest. I got 7 minutes after James Foxx. That was fun.
How long ago was that?
That was 2011, so it was 6 years ago. Crazy
Has
enough.
Jay Leno only been off the air for 6 years? It seems like it's been way longer.
No, It's actually shorter.
Fallon's very great.
Like the Fallon just makes it seem like it's been 14 years. Like it just seems to be like I think of Jay Leno. I'm like, oh, that must have been the 90s. Is that possible? But
no, it just ended.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
bring
I think
him back, please. Instead of Fallon.
I was on a second time after the commercial aired, and I got to kiss Jay Leno because he was doing a bit where he wanted to try to recreate the kiss with Bar, and she said sure, and then pucker up, and then he closed his eyes, and and she brought me in frame, and I kissed him and said, I love that. That was fun.
Is he a good kisser?
Yeah.
Did you guys do like just a peck on the lips, or was it like the full on? Just
I just went for it. Man.
Oh man!
God,
man, you lucky son of a bitch!
I took advantage of that cushiony chin.
Yeah. Now, Robbie, do you find Jay Leno to be a handsome older man?
Oh God, I would do things in his cars.
I was gonna say you want to be in his garage all the time.
Like I would, like he would just go to get in his car one day, and I would be there just waiting in the wings.
Would you be the stick shift?
Oh no, I would drive stick.
Oh, okay.
I would definitely drive stick.
This is.
I shouldn't have asked that. I'm sorry.
I apologize, listeners. I apologize.
The third time I was on Jay Leno, he had me go to the Vanity Fair red carpet and during the Oscars and. Post-Oscars and actually asked celebrities to kiss me, and I got 21 kisses from like Sarah Silverman, and all these people, Russell Brand. It was just awesome.
Now, if you kiss Russell Brand, don't you worry about getting something when you kiss Russell Brand? He just seems like a guy who's I wouldn't want to kiss.
Did you feel like it took things to a different level with the ladies after making a commercial? Like that?
It's definitely helped me with my confidence for sure. You know, my confidence is definitely skyrocketed. I feel more like I can go in anywhere and not feel like everyone's staring at me as like, why are you here? Like a couple of weeks ago, I went right after a speed dating event. I went over to Craig's just hang out, and Jerry Ferrara was there, and that was cool. Just because I worked with him on Old School,
right?
Just got to
now
hang out. Just got to hang out and chat. But and then. I'm sorry. What?
Tell us more about speed dating. Like, how did you do that?
Well, I do. There's I don't know if you want to plug things on the show.
Whatever you want.
You say whatever you want.
But I like this LA speed dating called LAFirstDates.com, and you can go on there and register. It's like only $35 for you get to meet like up to 10 or 12 girls. At a time, and then you know it's a typical speed dating. You talk for 5 minutes. You do as much as you introduce yourself as much as you can for 5 minutes, and then you go back online the next day and select who you wanted to reconnect with. And I always select like almost all of them just to better my odds of getting. I got a couple matches, but
is that is that how you met your girlfriend?
No, I met my girlfriend through a mutual friend who I had previously gone on a date with. And then we stayed friends.
Cool.
My friend Mary Grant, she's a Filipino comedian herself, and she's great. And it was fun when my name is Kristen, and but she lived down in Oceanside, which is pretty far.
That's a long drive. Yeah.
Obviously, I miss her, but I miss her dogs and. Certain things about her.
She was great, but her dogs, that was the real thing.
Yeah.
No, the preferred term is puppies. I'll have you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of a puppy love for me, anyways. But no, it was fun. It's just something that came out of nowhere, and that's like the best. Those are the best relationships to have with people. It's just they come out of nowhere and then they turn into something. They blossom into something amazing.
That's good. Yeah, you get to know somebody and then turns into
why
something
don't you give Matt? Matt's been how long you been single, buddy? Matt,
couple years.
Couple years. Why, Jesse?
Happily single.
Why don't you give Matt some dating advice? And now, Fireball Whiskey presents. Dating advice with Jesse Heiman. Heiman.
Well, what kind of where have we going?
Like for example, what is a great opening line for a lady?
Yeah, like when you go to your speed date and you sit down and talk to someone. is the seat taken?
Oh, okay. All right. That's a good one.
Not bad, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Get some talking.
And she says no. Then you can sit down, and you just start talking to her. I mean, there's no. Just be yourself. I mean, if you're a comedian, you should.
Being myself is probably the wrong advice for me.
That's probably be anybody else.
Be somebody other
be
than me
someone
for
else.
the most part.
Be Robbie. Be Robbie.
Have they ever
well,
said
how
yes?
about this? Think about it this way. Do you Instagram?
I do Instagram.
Do you Snapchat?
I'm not really into Snapchat, but Instagram I do.
Why should he be in Snapchat?
You should you should ask her if she's into Snapchat. I'm good at Instagram, I go to Facebook, or Twitter, but I don't do much of Snapchat. You know, could you show me how to do it? Like, maybe she would help you out, and then you just start doing them. You start doing all those faces and crazy gestures and like filters and all these things, and next thing you know, you're like, oh, this is funny. Can I buy you a drink? You know, I mean,
holy shit!
I mean, that's just
Jesse.
Easy.
This is good advice.
Yeah,
this is very good.
There you go, listeners.
What about for like now Matt sometimes takes girls on a date
right?
to I don't know.
How much money you got, man?
Subway restaurants.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Nice Chick-fil-A. You're taking a.
You know what? You should take you should take
nice Sizzler.
You should take advantage of places around here that have happy hours.
Ooh.
Because sometimes they have cheap menu items, but you can get away with taking you to a fancy place and still getting a cheap having a cheap dinner.
Look at
That's
this.
good advice. Yeah, have to remember
This
that.
motherfucker knows his shit.
Go to a fancy place on a happy hour time.
Like there's a place over here called Jinkies, and they have really good happy hour. For $5 you can get like tater tots and pot stickers. What else do you need, man?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
The ladies love tater tots.
Right?
Carbo load on your date.
Yes. Hey girl, you want to get some tater tots? Come on down, I'll put my tater tots in you. Okay, what about drinks? If it comes to drinks, like what do you think is a good drink to drink around a lady?
It really depends on what they're drinking, because and also depends on what they're wearing. If they're wearing a dress, if they're wearing if they look like they're out on the town, if they're about to go do something else, maybe wine is a good choice. If you are out at a casual bar, or you're just sitting there watching a game or something, just be with the moment. Like order like a Moscow Mule or something. Get her.
So
something.
So Zima is not a good choice.
Shit.
Smirnoff Ice I shouldn't pick. Is that what you're saying?
I would say. Well,
I love.
I would
nice.
steer clear the creamy pale drinks unless you're out with him.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Let me. I can tell you this. The best drink to get on a date. And every single time I've ever used it is Fireball whiskey.
You ever have
Room
chata?
Whiskey? Oh, a nice.
Have you had the room chata?
The room chata?
Room chata, yeah.
What's in that?
What's that?
You put it with a Fireball, and it makes it taste like cinnamon. Like
horchata.
Oh, like horchata.
Horchata, room chata, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
That actually
That's
sounds like a
amazing.
good idea.
Yeah, I
wish we had some of that right now.
Yeah, you know what? We should make we should get some Fireball. Though I've had a few wonderful dates. When I dated the Playmate of the Year, 2009.
Brag a little, why don't
Bragging.
you? You and David Spade, you compete for girls.
Yeah, I told him about it, and he was like, I was like, hey, David Spade, I'm trying to be like you. I'm dating a Playmate of the Year.
Yeah.
And he went, oh, that's cool. Which one? And I was like, Ida Lindquist. And he was like, good luck. And he walked away.
He didn't say, be careful, don't
Like
knock
he's-
her up
like he's been there and done
I
that?
did to another
Yeah.
Playboy Playmate.
No,
Like
he
he's
was
been there
not.
and done that, or like
that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And she hates
By the
when
way,
I bring her up
the-
on our show.
The most impressive
She
thing
hates
any
it.
of my friends have ever told me was when Steven told me that he broke up with her after 22 days because she was too big a pain in the ass.
That is very true.
What's funny is to watch like older comedians like him, David Spade, like interacting with Instagram for the first time.
Right.
Or it feels like it's for the first time you're watching.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been watching his stories, and he's like he's like on the tour. He's like in Hawaii doing something with like a memorial to Chris Farley, but he's like half the time on his Instagram it's just stories. It's just him watching birds at his table, like don't mess with the bird, don't mess. It's like the lamest things.
It's like Pauly Shore just joined Instagram,
right?
And every day I go and check out what he's done, and it's just him laying in his bed. And he's like, "Hey, what's up, bros?
Pauly Shore is one of the first guys I started watching like TMZ when it first came on. It's like they had this thing with Pauly Shore. I remember that he used to have like some beef with some like dudes that had a house above his house that like the water from their pool would like come down into his property, and he like this big beef. It was like, I don't know why I remember that kind of stuff, but it's like, but it was just Pauly Shore being like a normal dude. Like I'm not used to seeing that. I'm just used to seeing like the Pauly Shore for the comedian, or like,
oh sure,
yeah,
he's just Encino Man and all this.
All right, well, Jesse, we have to wrap things up.
Sure.
Before we wrap things up, why don't you just tell us a little bit of what's coming up next for you?
Because
right now you're on a show. You can watch. I can watch you on a show right now.
Right now, there's a show on NBC on Thursday nights. We come on after Superstore on Thursday nights called Powerless.
It's you and Vanessa Hudgens.
Me and Vanessa Hudgens and Ron Funches and
Excellent
Danny
photographer.
Pudi.
He's in there.
And Alan Tudyk. Who was just in Star Wars, and it's about the people that work behind the scenes of the DC Comics.
Oh, I saw a commercial for that.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's like the normal people around.
We are still. We are. It's kind of funny that the name of the show is Powerless, because we are powerless unless people watch it and the ratings stay up and give it a chance for a second season.
Is it doing well?
What?
Is it doing well?
It's doing well, I think.
Good.
It's in the 0.9s to 1 point something. So I mean, it's doing okay. And
for NBC, that's a smash hit.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I just my friend Haley Goldstein, who's a comedian from San Francisco, she is doing a one-woman show that she did up in San Francisco. I'm going to participate in her one-woman show because it's called One Woman Show and a couple other people, and that's gonna take place. We're gonna shoot have that at the theater. I think it's called the Lounge. It's at Santa Monica and Vine, I think it's called, and it's June 2nd, 9th, and 10th at 10 p.m. every night.
Very cool.
And
what's that called?
It's called the One Woman Show. I don't know. Haley Goldstein One Woman Show. I'll send you. I have a thing on it on my Facebook. I'll forward that to you.
Sure.
But yeah, I think it's going to be a great. It's just something different for me to do.
And when does it run from?
It's just June 2nd, 9th, and 10th.
Oh, very cool.
And it's at 10 p.m. And it's funny. I just get to first scene. I get to act like I shoot myself. And I fall dead in the stage, but then the next scene I wake up and I eat a pizza. So it's just awesome. It's just I
love it.
It's just, and I get to just be kind of like sitting on the stage and reacting to things, but then there's other scenes where I do other scenes where there's one scene where I play the straight guy to someone so one scene is someone's doing a monologue and they tell the other guy to go to a monologue. So he takes a pole out on the stage and he starts humping the pole. Like he starts doing the monologue.
I get it. Sure. I get it.
Yeah.
That's good.
So it's just like it's like random odd humor, but it's just a fun little. But Haley Goldstein, she's a singer and she's a comedian, and she's gonna blow you away with some of these songs that she sings. She's gonna be the next big thing. One of the next. I'm just happy that she asked me to be a part of this show and get to play with her for 3 days.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
So.
I'm a little jealous. Big fan. So,
coming out.
Yeah, I will come check it out.
Absolutely.
Where can people find you on the internet?
Well, I am on the sites called Facebook and social media sites called Instagram, Twitter. My name is Jesse Heiman, JESSEHEIMAN. You can. Usually my face is my profile pictures on all those, so you should be able to find me. Also, I have a website, www.jesseheiman.net. I don't have .com. I don't know who
Does
has
somebody else have
.com.
.com?
I don't even know, but I just like .net better. It's because it stands out. It's different. I'm bringing them all in my net.
There you go. I love it.
And so that's what's up. And
What about you, Robbie?
Where can people see you doing barrel rolls on the internet?
Where can people see you do barrel rolls? I was literally going to say that. Wow. We should have said it at the same time. You want to say it?
We're not like the Kaplan twins.
No, let's try it at the same time. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hey,
so,
Robbie, where can people see you do a barrel roll on the internet?
On the internet.
You can find me at robbiecarlysle.com. I've got something that I'm going to be announcing here in probably next week. I guess.
What is it? Tell us.
It's
fucking tell us, Robbie.
Fine.
You
my
son
God.
of a bitch.
I'm starting my own show called Anti-Social Media.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Like
Good
the title.
name.
Good title.
Yeah, it's political commentary, kind of just like basically I'm doing Jon Stewart in hopes that he will find me and sue me for copyright infringement, so that way I have to meet him in court and then I can suck his dick.
So you're doing Jon Stewart to hopefully do Jon Stewart.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay. So where will people be able to see it? Will it be on Facebook Live? Will it be on YouTube? Where will this be?
It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Facebook Live. I've got the Twitter account set up for it. I've got everything set up. It's called Anti-Social Media.
I love it.
Love the title.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Do we have time?
Of course.
Yes,
please.
please.
Anything you want.
I'm just curious. So, you're being what you're into and where you hang out.
Robbie's a very handsome gay fellow.
Is there someone in the celebrity or in our industry that we may not have any idea is in your clubs per se that you might be able to name drop for 1 second?
Ask the question one more time. We'll do it one more time. Ready?
So,
okay, Go
Robbie. So I know you're of a certain persuasion, and I applaud you. But is there someone that shows up in your clubs that you've seen? Someone that would surprise America is of that persuasion that you could maybe hint at, but maybe if you don't want to completely name drop.
I can tell you somebody that's gay.
Okay.
It's you're gonna be shocked about it because they don't even know they're gay. Terry Crews. Terry Crews.
Wow. That's wishful thinking, Robbie.
No, I am going to turn him gay. He's going to love the white chocolate that is Robbie.
Robbie, he's just obsessed with Terry Crews.
I love Terry Crews.
I'm pretty sure Terry Crews is very straight, but
he
has to see your TPS report.
Yeah, no, he is straight, but you're welcome to give him a shot, buddy.
Terry Crews plays World of Warcraft. Mm-hmm. There's automatically a sexual tension there. He just doesn't know it.
So are you saying that everyone who plays World of Warcraft is gay, Robbie?
I'm saying that Terry Crews...
No, Robbie, you should say that everyone who plays World of Warcraft is gay. It's much funnier that way.
Yeah, everybody that plays World of Warcraft is totally gay.
Good. Okay.
And
wow.
BlizzCon is coming up.
Well, that's one way to get some...
Yeah, maybe. Will he be at BlizzCon? Will you be there? You can meet him?
Dude, Terry Crews, come to BlizzCon.
Okay, here's what you do, Robbie. Here's what you do, Robbie.
Robbie.
Dress up like an orc.
No,
and you go to BlizzCon.
No, Blood Elf girl. I would totally be.
Have you ever done furry stuff?
Furry?
Yeah,
he is furry, but
I mean, I have hair.
Yeah.
I am fuzzy.
Like if some dude wanted you to like dress up as like the Easter Bunny, would you do it? And to find his eggs.
As long as they were Cadbury cream eggs.
What if they were nut-filled eggs?
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
As long as they were chocolate. I like chocolate. I love how Matt's just like, I hate everything at this moment.
This is just.
I'm enjoying.
Can we do
so
one fill in the blank? Can we? You like your men like you like blank.
Coffee.
Yeah, let's do it.
Blacking in the morning.
Here,
one more time.
Ask Matt first. First. Ready? Okay.
Matt, you like your women or men as you like your blank?
As I like my refugee women, skinny as hell.
Wow.
Jesus.
Skinning and begging to come into your house.
Exactly.
Oh my.
Skinny and begging for a place to stay.
Yeah. Wow.
Same question, Robbie. You like your men as you like your...
I like my men like I like my coffee. Black and in the morning.
Wow. Only in the morning?
Well, no, I like waking up and just having...
Chock full of nuts.
Well, like waking up and just having bulgers in my face. Best part of waking up is some dude stick in your face.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus. Shit went off the motherfucking
Did you say
rails.
there was a bit you wanted to?
And this was
or did it already fill that bit?
we got to this from asking Robbie where we can find him on the internet.
Yeah, oh God, Robbie,
Me
where
and
can
the
we
internet.
find you on the internet?
Not sure they want to find him anymore.
Yeah. No, some
Sorry,
might.
bro.
There are some who will definitely want to find him on the
Yes,
internet. Guaranteed.
I'm sure.
Where can people find you, Robbie, so you can
okay.
get laid?
Gay black men, where
Boa.
can they find
No,
you?
no.
Gay black men that are into fat white guys. They're totally a niche thing. So yeah, you can find me at my new channel. It's going to be Anti-Social Media. But you can also find me personally at RobbieCarlysle.com. And you can also find me on the Nighttime Show, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Nighttime Show.
Always find you on the Nighttime Show.
Next nighttime show is
April 22nd.
22nd.
You better believe it. With Rob Zabrecki, from the Magic Castle.
That's great.
Is on the show. Who else is on the show? Michael Rosenbaum, the star of Smallville, Lex Luthor from Smallville.
T-Rex.
T-Rex is
Great
on the show. Logan Gunselman from the Hollywood Improv, one of the a very, very funny comedian, as well as some other really talented, funny people.
Yeah.
We're filling it out. It's going to be a real nice night. You can, Matt, where can people find you on the internet?
You can let me know if you're a really skinny refugee. You can say hi to me at funnymatt.com. And if you were annoyed by the questions I asked, please let me know at mattwalkersucks.com.
And I wanted just to give a proper reference to this. So, the name of the show on Netflix is Asperger's Are Us.
Asperger's Are Us.
All right.
And it's they're a Massachusetts-based quartet, and they the documentary is directed by Alex Lehman, and it's on Netflix. And the foursome includes Jack Hank, 23, Ethan Finland, 24, new Michael Inglemmy, 24, and someone else. But it's just
And you
so
give it 2 thumbs
funny.
up. All right.
Yeah, it's so funny. You all should definitely check it in, because I really think we should go towards encouraging everyone to be whatever you're going through. You could be a comedian.
Absolutely, guys. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Guys, it's so fun to have you on here and to talk about dating and sex and gay sex, straight sex,
Refugee sex.
refugee sex. We talked about Down syndrome chickens.
Wow.
And I just want to give a shout out real quick to our new sponsor, YoPlate. YoPlate yogurt. It's really delicious. They've reduced their sugar by 25%. YoPlate Original is real yummy and great, especially for you children listening to the show.
You realize that's not how you pronounce the word.
What is it?
YoPlay.
YoPlay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good, because they're not really a sponsor. I'm
Yeah,
just
I know.
joking.
You know that YoPlay yogurt.
I was trying to figure out what's a bad sponsor for us to have. Is YoPlay yogurt like a funny sponsor?
How about Tenna?
How about tea bags?
How about Tenna panty liners, which people wear because they soak up urine?
What? Shut the fuck
That's
up.
a real thing.
You
What
know
about-
that
wait,
They're
what's
TV commercials. They
period
show
panties. How about period panties?
Yeah, period
Hang
panties.
on,
There you
hang
go.
on. Let's-
Bad sponsor.
We're
for
gonna
us.
we're gonna edit this. We're gonna edit this. Okay, so
We
I
can cut that out.
Sponsored by Lucky Charms, because we're all magically delicious.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Well,
own
you know,
way.
you know that YoPlate, like the fake cum in porn, is actually microwaved yogurt.
I don't want.
You're the only person who knows that on the entire planet, bro.
No,
Yeah, buddy, it's
the other
all
porn people
you.
know that.
Hey, you know what? I just want to say thank you guys so much. It's so fun to be able to have you guys in here and to be able to talk about, straight sex and gay sex and pickup lines and how Matt Walker needs to get laid with his giant, massive cock, and Jesse's incredible, long, amazing career and making out with supermodels before Leonardo DiCaprio got to, and my horrible story about
Down
the Down
syndrome
syndrome chicken. And I just want to give a shout out to our new sponsor, SheThinks.com. SheThinks.com is been around since 2014. It's period panties. If you have a period and you need to, you want to stop it, you go get them. You go get them panties.
I don't think it stops it.
No, it makes it so it goes. it helps. It helps the panties.
Okay.
And it holds up for heavy days. It holds up to 2 tampons worth.
What about guys? Can guys wear those? Like,
Shethinks.com.
Shethinks.com.
It's THINX.com. Guys, you can't blame me for any of this. I've been drunk on Fireball whiskey for 4 days. You can always get me at Stephen Glickman. Matt, where can people get you? At Stephen Glickman on all social media. What about you, Matt? Where can people get you?
We already did that. It's funnymatt.com.
I
or
don't fucking care.
No,
I'm just kidding. No, I love your website, and it's great. Don't forget to subscribe to the Nighttime Show podcast and leave us comments and
tweet us.
Tell people what you think, and we love you.
Smile at each other.
Yeah, and come out to the live show. And Jesse, if you're available on the 22nd, we would sure love to have you come out. Yep, April 22nd. Okay. So we'll do a little guys, thanks so much for coming. I love you guys. Peace.
Later.